The man took just one bite of the dish and immediately realized something was wrong. Seeing his reaction, the owner hurried over and asked what the problem was. When the man mentioned a strange taste, the owner quickly brought out the seasonings. Only then did the man notice that the salt here was as large as a fingertip. He said nothing more, but this unexpected discovery gave him an idea. He immediately heated an iron pot. Once the water reached a boil, he stirred it gently, filtered out the impurities with a cloth, then poured the liquid into a container and let the excess water evaporate until crystals began to form. Before long, he had successfully refined a batch of fine salt. Excited by his achievement, he rushed to show it to his companion. But before he could say a word, a group of soldiers suddenly appeared. It turned out that the army stationed on the kingdom's frontier was suffering from a severe salt shortage. When the general saw the fine salt in the man's hands, a luxury usually reserved for royalty, he immediately became suspicious. The man explained that he had refined it himself. However, judging by his shabby appearance, the general refused to believe that someone like him possessed such knowledge. He assumed the man had stolen the salt from the royal household. To test his claim, the general brought him to a salt mine and ordered him to prove his abilities. Just as the man was about to begin, a squad of enemy knights suddenly stormed into the camp. Apparently, they had heard rumors that someone could refine fine salt. For a frontier region suffering from a salt shortage, such knowledge was priceless. As tensions rose between the two sides, the man's companion tried to persuade him to escape. Clearly, even she doubted he could actually do it. But before anyone could stop him, the man had already produced another batch of fine salt. His companion froze in disbelief. Only after tasting the crystals and feeling the pure salty flavor on her tongue did she realize it was real. The man then ran outside and presented the refined salt. Unfortunately, that only intensified the conflict. The moment the enemy knights saw the proof, they ordered their men to seize him and take him back with them. The situation instantly descended into chaos. Fortunately, they were inside a military camp, and reinforcements arrived quickly. As the soldiers fought desperately to protect him because of the salt he had made, the man finally understood how valuable his knowledge truly was. He voluntarily joined the army camp and began refining all of the soldiers' coarse salt into fine salt. The troops cheered and lifted him high into the air. For the first time, the man truly understood the meaning of the knowledge he possessed. It was never just about making better salt. It was about protecting lives.